Okay, let me show you here how to work with the one of the torches for using Maya. Some classmates are using the UV automatic mapping, and that's a good starting point, to add your UVs with the automatic map. It does, however, have a lot of different, produces a lot of different segments that are disconnected. So if you try to map a texture that is a bitmap or a JPEG, it might look segmented, like disconnected or broken on the surface. So what I would suggest is, once you have your automatic mapping, try to make it a little bit more unified by mapping bigger pieces. And this is what I mean. All this section over here represents the base. Notice how the base of the torch highlights. So we could make one piece of all those smaller pieces that way when we put a procedural map or a bitmap over there, it's not going to look segmented. There's even space between the UVs over here. That means that a texture will look definitely interrupted, broken on the surface. So with all the faces selected, and on the UV editor, I'm selecting face mode and then kind of dragging a selection there. That looks like kind of like a cylinder, so I'm just going to apply a cylindrical projection to all those shapes that I just selected. Okay. It seems that did I have another set? No, I don't think I did. Initially, when you look at it, it looks pretty bad. Looks like a very angled. The texture doesn't look right. But look at this manipulator tool that you get here on the viewport, and what you can do is align this projection. This is the projection, and because the torches are tilted on the scene, you will need to tilt also the projection. So click on that hairline cross on the very bottom, and you get several different manipulators that we're going to use next. You get rotation, you get scaling, and move. You can always move or scale in one direction if you need to. Let's start with the rotate. I think we need to start rotating. So click on that outer circle, and that will give you the rotate tool. You see it right here appearing. And what we want to do is pretty much align this cylinder that has the gray lines. That's the projection. I want to line that up with the body of the torch. Okay, so that instead of being on an angle, I want it to be lined up with the direction that the torch is going. Probably it's looking pretty distorted right now. And I'm looking here too on the UV editor to make sure that I get something that looks more like this, more directional. Okay, I think I might have had something else selected. I'm not sure, but it's almost there. The next I'm going to do, and there are some construction issues there that I'm already seeing with this side here. There's something happening there. Let me make that selection again. Let's go back to object mode, select everything, and do an automatic map because something is not looking right. I'm going to select everything again and do the cylindrical projection. Click on the crosshair and select the rotate tool. And now I'm going to try to align it to the view, to the angle that the torch has. And then this is where I need to go. And see, okay, that's looking a little better. Okay. Yes. Then, once you have it somewhat aligned, try to stretch it a little bit more. Oops. Undo. On the stretch tool, I'm going to stretch tool, scale tool.